1944 is when the first Smokey Bear poster came out. He was preceded by other posters, which in 1942 it was Bambi. Through the years, this was a very successful icon. You would see him at every U.S. Forest Ranger station. But in 1950, the living symbol was found here in the Capitan Mountains. Smokey was found up there clinging to a tree. Some firefighters found him, brought him back down, and Ray Bell finally decided, yes, this is probably a great idea. Let's bring him down, see what we can do. And he and his family ended up nursing Smokey back to health. They did the best they could, the Bell family, and ended up taking him to Edwin Smith in Santa Fe, who was a veterinarian, and he nursing him back to health, getting him to eat, and so that was successful. During this time, they had, a little bit of a hard time, a little wild bear trying to, get him to cooperate with them was quite a feat. So after doing this, they flew Smokey to Washington, D.C., where he spent his life, 26 years, healthy years. Unfortunately, all good things must end, and he died of natural causes, and they flew him back to New Mexico, and he had a police escort all the way back to the Smokey Bear Historical Park, where he's buried now. New Mexico State Forestry ended up purchasing the land, and they built the museum in the latter part of 1978 into 1979. Well, the museum and the park, we have just the history of Smokey. We have fire prevention, we have firefighting, we have nostalgic exhibits, we have defensible space, fuels reductions. We have things for children, interactive activities for children pertaining to fire prevention. There is quite a bit to see, so you'll spend a lot of time going through. We have pre-Smokey posters. As I mentioned, nostalgic exhibits on how the campaign began. Memorabilia case where the families will donate Smokey Bear memorabilia to us. And it's actually a revolving case because we receive so much memorabilia that we have to just move it around all the time, so people will see almost everything that we have. People will come in and notice things from their childhood. So yes, that is one of the other very important things that are here because it brings you to your past. Our newly unveiled New Mexico one and only Wildland Fallen Firefighter Memorial. We're able to raise $50,000 to put this memorial up. We did it in a year and a half, and it was due to our friends group that helped us. It is life-size. There's 33 names on the list, and the list goes from 1946 to 2017 of our fallen firefighters. So it's quite a great little place to come see. A lot is here that we offer you. Smokey Bear is a big part of my life. Growing up, I ended up being one of the first female firefighters on the Lincoln National Forest. So of course he meant a lot to me during that. It's a place in my heart that I'll never regret doing. And then after that, being a seasonal firefighter, I became the fire chief of the Lincoln Fire Department for almost 20 years and retired from that. It's been a full circle career from fighting fires to fire prevention, and I love the fire prevention part of it. I mean, I loved it all, but fire prevention is a big part of my life now. The address, 118 Smokey Bear Boulevard in Capitan, New Mexico on Highway 380. So the cost to visit is very minimal. It's $2 per adult. 7 to 12 years old is $1, and 6 and under are free. We are closed Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. In the summer, we're open from 9 to 5, and in the winter, we're open from 9 to 4:30. You can go to New Mexico State Forestry website. There's a link to that. We also have a Facebook page, Smokey Bear Historical Park. Always making sure that your campfires are completely out. Forest fires and dumpster fires start due to cleaning your fireplaces out and putting the hot ashes either on the ground or in the dumpster before they cool off. Pulling trailers or RVs or whatever, and those chains are dragging. They do make sparks whether you realize it or not, and some of those sparks could go into the grasslands. You know, be a little bit more careful in doing that. It would help everybody prevent the wildfires that happen.